So Nilpena at its heart is the beginning of animal life on planet Earth, and it's the best site in the world to see that. There are things there like the very first bilaterian, the first sex on planet Earth, the first pelagic life. This was all under the ocean at the time. And indeed, NASA had funded a lot of research at Nilpena because it was an analogue for Mars exploration before they got to Mars. So really amazing in terms of looking back on planet Earth, but also looking forward on other planets. What made this project really exciting was how we could actually secure that site to both make it accessible for people, but also ensure that over time the fossils weren't stolen. I went to the United States a couple of years ago and spent some time with the US Park Service and their paleontology crew. And I asked them, we're setting up a new national park with fossils. What's your advice? And they said, number one, control your visitors, which we've done in terms of public gate and guided tours only. The second thing they said was have a security regime that's modern technology, cameras and so forth. And then the third thing they said was make sure all your laws is up to scratch. So combined with the cameras that we've put in place with Landwatch and changing the laws, which we've done recently, we've got a cohesive package where all these elements speak to each other to make sure that Nilpena can be protected into the future.
When they first approached us, they knew that they needed a security system to protect the fossils, but they didn't really know what that might look like. So what we did, we put together a design that covered those entrances and covered the fossil beds. And then it was time for a site visit where we went down and we met with department staff and walked over the property to really get a good feel about what it was we were trying to protect. By doing that, it meant that we had real sort of boots on the ground knowledge of the area, and we were able to design a security camera system that was unique and specific for this actual location. It's a very unique property, which meant that we needed a unique camera system.
What we were looking for was a company that actually understood how to work in really harsh environments in Australia. The pastoralists came up with a great idea about going to a company that dealt with land management and has been doing so for years. So through our research, Landwatch were the company that were head and shoulders above the rest.
So we provided cameras at every entrance to the national park. Not just a camera, we provided a number plate recognition camera so that any vehicle moving in and out of the park was recorded with a time and date stamp. Really, we wanted to be able to know exactly what movement was happening. So a lot of the time it's going to be visitors as they come in, but sometimes it's going to be researchers or park staff after hours. Either way, we need to know exactly who was on the property and what they were doing. We did this by connecting cameras across the entire place. We started with a base station, and from there we were able to use our Landwatch links and provide connection to all of the remote cameras, no matter how far away from the base station they were. And in this case, on the national park, it's quite a vast area.
Yeah, Nilpena, especially in summer, is, you're talking 50s every day and then dropping deep at night. And then you've got high winds where it just comes in off the west, off of Lake Torrens, and by the time it hits Nilpena, it's hitting it hard in winter especially, and also incredible dust storms that come through there. So technically we needed a system that could withstand that, as well as a system where the remote monitoring and remote servicing could actually be handled in a contemporary way. So really, really important considerations for us. So Nilpena is part of our World Heritage Bid for the Flinders Ranges, and that is a story about the rise of animal life. And so Nilpena we're setting up really as our demonstration site for how well we can manage for the future, for all time, for the planet, a site as important as this. So getting the security systems so that when we put in our nomination, that they can see that we're serious about protecting it and we've got the systems in place to protect it. I think there's really quite exciting opportunities for how we could employ this system going forward. I think the running costs for peace of mind for protecting really important sites is actually something that's worth us looking into across the state and all the national parks we look after, where else we might be able to employ it.